Okay, hi everybody. A few people asked for a review for Thursday's test, and I thought a lot of what we did today is a good review. Ended up trying to do too many things in one day today, so we ended up rushing quite a bit. So I thought I'd go over some of it again, and some of this we'll go over again tomorrow in class. But this is a good review. I think I'll break the review into two parts so it's not so long. Um, Let me start with this that we did in class today. You got a number line, and this is page 274 in the book. You have a number line that has decimals on it, but they're giving you a fraction. And where would you put it? First thing is, it can't be over here because these are positive numbers. So it's got to be a negative number. So it's got to be either A or B. Uh, Now, when you're given a fraction, you really have to turn the fraction into a decimal. And how do you do that? The one on top jumps inside, then you just divide. Now, I happen to know that 1/3 is 0.33333 repeating. So the difference between zero point 0.3 repeating and 0.3 is that 0.3 actually is 0.30. It doesn't repeat, it just ends. So where would 0.33 be? It'd be after it. So the answer is point A. All right, number 30, least value. Remember, in negatives, it's backwards, right? So if you start from 0, -1, -2, this is the order it goes in, right? Now, the closer you get to 0, the bigger the numbers are. Just like if you keep going in that direction, 2 is bigger than 1, 3 is bigger than 1. The further right you go, the bigger they get. So they're looking for the least value, which in negatives means the biggest number. So it's not one of these, because those are 2's. It's got to be one of these. If we have a decimal and we have a fraction to compare, they both have to be the same thing. So 62 hundredths, I know I can make this into hundredths by multiplying by 5, because 20 goes into 105 times. I could do it the same way I just did the other one, where I divide, but this is easier. Times 5, 17 times 5 is 85. So we have 3.85 or 3.62, and they're both negative. So this one is smaller, has a lower value. All right, which is true. Remember, the further this way you go on a number line, the bigger it gets. The further this way you go, the smaller it gets. So the smallest one is B, the biggest one is M. All right. I'm looking at these. Is B bigger than M? No, it's backwards. So it's smaller. Is F bigger than B? No, I'm sorry. Is F smaller than B? No, it's not. It's bigger. Is M smaller than F? No, M's bigger than F. It's further to the right. Is F smaller than M? Yes, it is. The answer is D. Greatest number, biggest number, can't be a negative. Positives are always bigger than a negative. 0.19 and 0.32, just good old regular decimals. 0.32 is bigger. All right, put these in order, least to greatest, smallest to biggest. Smallest, second smallest, third, and fourth. All right, most of you did okay with this, but all right, we took some notes today. I started by saying if you write a G, it's easy to remember the quadrants. G, the quadrants are easy to remember. Quad means 4, right? 4 quarts in a gallon. Quattro, four-wheel drive, right? Usually they use Roman numerals. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant. And again, I'm writing with the mouse, so sorry if it's a little sloppy. And the fourth quadrant. All right. The other thing is that this line is x, the horizontal line, and the vertical line is y. All right. Let me see how I'm doing on time here. 5 minutes. All right, let me finish this up and then I'll take a break and keep going. The other things you might want to put on here are that on x, this side is positive. This side is negative. On y, going up is positive. Going down, that's a funny looking P. No, positive, right? When you're up, you're positive. When you're down, you're negative, all right? And when you're given coordinates, which always are in parentheses, x is always the first one, y is always the second one. All right, let's take a break and I'll be back with part 2 in a minute.